I've been in the sim racing community for years, and one thing that I've read over and over again is that for you to race online in something super competitive such as an iRacing where you're racing millimeters apart online, or you can be thousands or tens of thousands of miles away from each other in real life, that you need to be on the best internet connection possible, and that means a wired connection. But it's 2016 and we live in a wireless world. So do you really have to be on a wired connection to run online safely? Let's talk about it.
Sim racing chassis provided by Next Level Racing. Check them out at nextlevelracing.com.
So there's no burying the lead here, and I'm just going to come out and say that I believe firmly that you can run on a wireless connection and go sim racing online and not have any issues. This is in fact why I have the iRacing 24 Hours of Le Mans that we competed in this past weekend going on behind me, which unfortunately didn't quite turn out how we would have liked it to. I ran it on a wireless internet connection, like I do with all my racing that you see here on my bat. And in fact, I've been doing this for years now. Back in 2009, when I was a senior in college, I was forced to go wirelessly because my roommates, as you can see, are gangsters. But besides that, they didn't want me running a 100-foot Ethernet cord across our apartment. So I went out on Newegg and I bought a cheap wireless dongle, and to my amazement, not only because internet speeds weren't that fast back then and dongles weren't that great and routers weren't that great, and I had two fellow millennial roommates, you know how much we like the internet, I was able to race online in iRacing and I had zero issues. In fact, since then I have lived in 8 different places, amazingly, not including finally this house, and in half those places, I have ran on a wireless internet connection, and I have had no issues from running wireless versus wired. I probably have about 100 or maybe even over 100 iRacing races on wireless internet, and I never got yelled at because of some connection issue. It was always rock solid, and if I got yelled at, it's because I just wasn't driving very well, which happens time to time. So, what do you need to have a solid wireless experience racing online? Well, first off, let's start with the wireless USB adapter, and I have this little guy right here, a TP-Link wireless adapter. I decided to upgrade from my old dongle that I had because I had that for like, 7, 8 years now, and technology has progressed, so I decided to go and get something a little newer, and this has done the job. Also, you got to have a good internet provider, which I have Time Warner, and if for those of you who know in the United States, they are awful, but for the most part, I get good internet connection. I pay for 60 megabytes per second down and 6 up, and I get that when I'm wired, but on wireless, I only get 30 down, but that's no problem. I've raced comfortably on 10. I think, in fact, I've probably raced on less than 10 megabytes per second down. Really, what it more comes down to is that latency or that ping number like you see on iRacing. What's that time it takes to send that signal from the server to you? And you definitely want to make sure that that's lower so you can go and race online. That is important. Lastly, I think you behoove yourself to put less work on this adapter or your wireless router or router/modem like I have now. And you should try your best not to have them too far apart in your house or apartment. So in the studio here, I have my computer about 25 feet away from the wireless router/modem, and that just ensures that I get the best signal possible and there isn't anything else in the house that's, getting in the way of that signal. Like I said, when I lived in an apartment that had a whole bunch of rooms, I had the router in like one of my roommates' rooms that was on the other side of the apartment. It was a decent sized apartment. So it had some distance to travel, and I was still able to get a strong enough signal to race online without any issues. But if you can, try to keep it close because that will help things out. So there you go. That is my take on running online with a wireless connection. I don't think you have to fear. I think if you're looking to get into more competitive sim racing and more racing online, that, you don't listen to anyone in the forums that's saying you have to be wired, because I don't think that's the case. Technology now, 2016, between internet providers, these wireless routers, these little USB adapters, all that, you can get a fast enough connection that you can, well, not really fast enough, but you can get a good enough connection with low enough latency that you can go and race online comfortably. And so if that has been stopping you, don't worry about it. Go pick up a couple things and you'll be ready to go race online. So, as always, thanks for watching Inside Sim Racing. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. Like this video if you enjoyed it. Down in the comments section, if you race online, let us know if you've had, whatever your experience is racing online, or are you a hardcore, you got to be wired, or are you someone who went from wired to wireless? Let us know down in the comments section if you agree with me or don't agree with me. If you don't agree with me, there's always that dislike button. Go nuts. Also, check out the Amazon affiliate links in the description below. Click on that, shop with Amazon, helps us out. And check out our website, isrtv.com, for the latest news, reviews, and our always popular forums. So, for John Sable, thanks for watching Inside Sim Racing. See you guys next time.